Yes, people, welcome back here to another video. I'm there with my little one. Say hello, Nicoisa. Say hello,
Hello.
hello to the people.
Hello.
Tell them to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like and press subscribe.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, so she's with daddy today. But people, best up to everyone that's jumping on the stream, I really appreciate it. As for the ones that watching back the video and the replay, just make sure that you like the video as you go along. And actually, the people that just joining for the first time on this channel, don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Especially if you like the content. Yeah, really appreciate it. But I'm here with a special guest, and my special guest is Niquesia. Niquesia is with me. I don't know how long she's going to wait me for, but she decided she wanted to stay with daddy, until it's that time for her to go downstairs and probably watch TV or something. But people, look, me keep on I say, guess what? This whole issue, this whole Leanne Bailey story, only the person who started this can end it, and the story continue and continue and continue and continue. As soon as we think it's going to end, yeah, as soon as we think it's going to end, guess what? The story develop another twist and turn. Is something and something and something. It just keep rolling on. It's like a payment. You put your credit card payment and auto pay, and you add it for that debit card to to collect that payment from, and from there it's like a recurring thing just keep happening. I just don't know when this going to stop. You know, Leon Bailey going to have to come back into the national team and put into unbelievable performance, for people to for really we say, forget about all the issues that happened in the past. You get what I say? But Serpi have put a lot of dent, when in the space of, especially solving crime. You don't know Serpi, the man himself that most people always look forward to. Yeah. So I mean, I saw this video, I always got notification, from the man himself, Serpi. But what really surprised me the most, yeah, what have surprised me the most, since probably the last seven weeks, close to just say 2 months. So just say around 2 months, the last 2 months, I have been connecting with a lot of media personnel, people that especially from out of our reach, from like the South America and the Central America, and one particular person sent me the interview. They resent me the Serpi interview and said, look, how can they get this translated? So you see that people who is outside of the space, is already waiting for news about, you say the talisman, in the team. Yeah, the talisman in the group, the man that who is on farm, the man who say him play 50 at games and need a break, but that for sure, news have spread. News has spread so quickly around. You get what I said? News spread so quickly around, and when it's a man that have that high power rank in any team, it's going to spread so quick like a virus. But yo, a whole lot of thing. I know certain things, especially when he touch on the African players. Especially when you have this solo player that playing for this solo country, and he's the one of the probably the biggest star. Somebody like a Pierre Aubameyang, for Gabon. Yeah, Pierre Aubameyang, his dad was the coach. I don't know if his dad is still the coach, but his dad was the coach and for the Gabonese team. And I remember, few World Cup qualifier games, he went on and do so much things, for the national teams and without complaint, even when he's having issues with the administration staff of his country. But once it come on to anything about a major tournament, everybody normally put their differences aside. It doesn't matter who it is. They get what I say. So a whole heap of thing, really touch on that. But I'm not really here, to talk about that, to be honest, I didn't really set up my own show to talk about that Serpy thing. Serpy, I've said a whole lot of stuff. I don't think anyone can really go back over all of that, because it's blatant that, look, it's unnecessary for what really is going on. Take it on me, especially the mindset. You think Lionel Messi can keep a party with a day before, say him a keep a party on today in a Rosario, yeah, in a Rosario where he's from, and Argentina have a big game tomorrow in Atlanta, Georgia, against Canada in the first game of the Copa America, yeah, and decide that he's going to miss the first game. It will cause chaos in Argentina, yeah. So I don't know, man. But look, I'm leaving that man alone. I'm leaving, Leon Chippy Bailey alone. Let him enjoy his free time. Clearly he want to do whatever I want to do. But come here, talking about Argentina. Argentina have a game. They kicks off the Copa America tomorrow. Yeah, they kicks off the Copa America tomorrow against the Canucks. Jesse March, his first competitive game in he said at the Canada dugout. And I'm looking forward for that. Look, before I go, you want to go downstairs now, or you want to stay with Daddy?
Stay with you.
You want to stay with me? All right. So look at that game. Even look on that game tomorrow. It's going to be a fascinating game. It's going to be a very good game tomorrow. And if it was Marlo Biello was the coach, same way, no one would have put the Canada national team to get anything or any close of getting a positive result. But because of a coach, and he's a very, very good coach, and he's a technician, and he has a plan. He has a system. Everyone know the Jesse Marsh system. Everyone know how Jesse Marsh like to play. You understand? So because of him and going up against Lionel Scaloni team, the world champion, the defending champion of the Copa America, they're going to start to kick off their journey. Try to defend they try to defend their first ever Copa America since 1993. So let's see, what's really going to happen. But when I look on all the games that the Alves Celeste going to play in this Copa America, the three games that they're going to play, the first one is in Atlanta, about 75,000, New York, that's I think in the Jet Stadium, that's like 80 plus thousand people can fill that stadium up, and he will play at the Hard Rock Stadium in, I think I in Florida, at the Dolphin NFL team, and all those stadiums are really big, but it's going to be a home game. It's going to be a home game, and it's just going to be a small portion, a few of Argentinian, Canadian fans going to be in the stadium, and they're going to have a rough game tomorrow, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm ready for that game. I'm hope I can see something what Saudi Arabia done in the first game of Argentina opening World Cup game in Qatar. Hopefully, I'm just hopefully, I'm cheering for the CONCACAF team against the powerhouse of South American football. Lionel Messi will be on show. Can Jesse March sets up his team to play around Lionel Messi, not give him enough space. But later, tell the people later. Tell them hello.
Bye-bye.
Tell them bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Tell them don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Say
Comment,
hello.
like, and subscribe.
Yes. You can say hello to Grandpa. Grandpa is watching. Grandpa.
Hello to bye-bye.
Bye bye. To open the door.
Yeah.
Okay, open. It's a lot of people. Yes, so people, she just want to be in the video. They just want to watch back themselves on YouTube. That's all it is. I know she's not wasn't going to last for too long, right here. But yeah, as I was saying, man, the Argentina game, it's going to be a massive game tomorrow for the Alves Celeste and the Canucks. Let me pull, this up. So even when I look on this Argentina team, Jesse March is going to have a more than a handful of problems, in his hand to really deal with, because this Argentina team, naturally sets up, Lionel Scaloni sets up this team more to be like a 4-3-3. But when you look at how they played most of the games in the World Cup qualifier, and whosoever just joining, I'm just dropping a little preview on, the opening game tomorrow after Copa America, as it's set center stage tomorrow at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. And his team will line up 4-3-3. But when you start to see this Argentinian team play, it's going to be like a 4-4-2 diamond, or it can be a 4-3-3 diamond, Lionel Messi, center stage in that number 10 era. And it's all about the midfield tomorrow. How good is this Canadian midfield? How good Jesse March? How good is Ishmael Kone, the Watford man, and Esther Q. I don't know how to pronounce that player name. And Alfonso Davis, I think they named the captain for this tournament. So he have a lot of responsibility in this tournament. And also, when I watch the two games that they played, the one against Netherlands and the one against France, he seems like he kind of pushed back Alfonso Davis in that wing back position and let Liam Moore play just ahead of him. So that seems like something tactically, to try, Lionel Messi come down that right hand side, because everyone know, that Alfonso Davis and Lionel Messi battle in the Champions League over the years. It's a very good one. You understand? It's a very good one. So I don't know if that's tactically set up, put him in there back. He usually been playing with a higher role under John Herdman, or it is Marlo Biello, against even us in the Nations League. So it's going to be very important how Jesse March 4-4-2 will compete against Lionel Scaloni 4-3-3 diamond or 4-4-2 diamond. It's going to be a very, very interesting one. But the midfield, Enzo is struggling, but Paredes, McAllister, and Rodrigo De Paul, those three men in the midfield, can the Canadian team don't let them get in around their attacking in their defensive third, so they can do what they do like they did in the World Cup. McAllister, he was a genius. He was that one that drive the team forward. He was the one that more advanced out of the two midfielders, Rodrigo and Paredes and Enzo, going forward and link up play with the midfield and the forward line. So, I mean, when you look on this Canadian team, when you look on Kyle Larin up front, can the Canadian team get enough balls in the box towards him? Romero, he's not the biggest. Lisandro Martinez, he's not the biggest. Nicolas Otamendi, those three defenders are not the biggest. And, Argentina have a big miss in their camp. Pezzella, he's missing from the squad of injury. So that's some lack of height in their backline. So can they actually open up a little crack in that backline in terms of Kyle Larin, dealing with his physicality in the box, ahead of those three center half names that I just called, Acuna, the left back, he's not the tallest, Molina, he's not the tallest. So it set piece tomorrow will be a massive, massive thing for the Canadian team tomorrow to at least get something, or at least just a shot of create something. They're not going to get the ball like how they got the ball in the previous game against France, where France just allowed them with the ball, where they can do whatever they want to do. And Jonathan David, if Jesse March brave enough to play two men up front and four men in the midfield, that Jonathan David will be that player where he's going to have to break the lines. He's going to have to stretch that Argentinian back four a little bit whenever they come in under a lot of pressure. He's going to one that going to play slightly close, like something like a twin striker, against with Kyle Larin, So whenever if he get the ball, he can hold the play. He have someone close to him where he can knock the ball. And I probably see Jonathan David maybe that one, to drop in the midfield and give the midfield a little bit support and try to just shadow Mark, Paredes, who's going to be the CDM tomorrow for the Argentinian team. So again, key players tomorrow for the Canadian national team will actually be, one on the left side, Alfonso and Liam. Their partnership going to be crucial down that left hand side against Molina. And that's where Saudi Arabia have gotten so many opportunities, and that's where the goal came from, down that right hand side, from the Argentina, down the left hand side from the Saudi, so and then Acuna on the next side. Those players will always they always be flying up the pitch, yeah, because that's the width of Argentina team. Argentina team do not play with width as less Angel Di Maria is in that front three or that front two where he's going to provide some width or some balance of level of width in that attacking third. But Molina and Kuna, they are very important to what Lionel Scaloni do in terms of width, giving the team that balance, open up the game for them so the midfield can do their thing in the central part of the area. So it's very important on the right hand side, for John Stone, the man that playing, I think he played for Celtic and Buchanan, the Interman, so it's going to be very important for both sides, can they keep that balance, can, Buchanan and Liam Moore actually help both wing backs and actually provide that service in that attacking third for the Canadian national team, so it's going to be really interesting. If Canada can get at least, I would say, 60 to 70% of their game plan and point, just like how I see them play the French, even though Kylian Mbappe wasn't in that starting lineup against them. He came on in I think in the last 15 minutes of the game, for Turam. But when you have someone like Lionel, it's up to if Lionel going to have a good game. If Lionel is going to have in that day where Lionel is going to be unstoppable, there's no one in the world, there's no coach in the world can set up anything to try to get Lionel Messi off his game, So it's going to be a big game. Hopefully we can see a shocking result, the one that really going to start the Copa America. Yeah, we're seeing it. We're seeing it, the Slovakia game and the Belgium game, but I'm going to see if even Jesse March, if he's going to play that pressing game. You have a very young squad. The double pivots, as I said, Ishmael Kone, he's going to be very good in that midfield. He's the one that going to have to break the line, from defense into the transition and push the team up just like he did, in that France game. Where I think where is it? Let me see if I can find. Yes, so in that France game, Ishmael Kone, he had 62 passes in the game and he actually have 6 passes into the final third, so he had that number 7, I don't remember his name, the one that played for FC Porto, Estiquia or whatever his name, they're going to be very important how they set the tempo whenever they get the ball, and everything that they do is going to have to be very quick because the Argentinian, they're just not going to give you a lot of time on the ball. They're not going to give you too much time to do whatever you want to do and feel like you is at the daycare center waiting for your baby. No, time is against you. Yeah, tiempo is against you. So you have to move, fast, as they say rapido and Italians, dale. So it's going to be important. But I expect a really good game, but the Albe Celeste, I think Argentina probably just have too much, quality on the pitch, too much in that game, The stage going to be set for the Argentina team to do everything, So I probably say 2-love. I probably say 2-love, for Argentina. 2-love, 3-love, I just see they probably just overwhelm, this Canadian team, but let's see if there will be a big upset tomorrow. The first upset that will set the Copa America at stage. And you don't know, Friday, it's the other game in Group A, Peru versus the Chile national team. And then Saturday is the first double header of the tournament. Yeah, the first double header of the tournament. 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Ecuador versus Venezuela. Reggae Boys versus the Mexico national team. But one more point, as I'm here, I'm just here to talk about Copa America, as you guys can see. Talk gave my ultimate best 11 of Group B, and also my who's going to be my dark horse in this tournament. I'm also going to talk about that right now. So up next is the dark horse of the tournament, as the tournament is unfolding tomorrow in Atlanta, Georgia. I see, you see this Uruguayan team. It's something, remember, Uruguay have won the most Copa America. I think they have won the first couple of titles in for Copa America, just like they did, the first country, to get the World Cup in South America. So, look, this team, you cannot write them off, especially with a Bielsa. The Bielsa ball, the Bielsa ball. But can the Bielsa ball work in a tournament where you're going to have 7 games to win a tournament? You have 4 games in the group stage. No, 3 games. Is it 3? So you have quarterfinal, semifinal, and final. So you have 6 games. So they have 6 games to win this tournament. 3 games in the group stage, quarterfinal, semi final and final. So 6 games. So you have 6 games to win the Copa America. Can this Bielsa ball win the Copa America again? I think for the 16th time running. Yeah, it's going to be very important though, because the heat going to be a big factor. Let's see. Let me look. I should have document this down already, but let me get a quick preview on where Uruguay will play their games in the Copa America. So Uruguay first game will be Panama, and that game will be in Florida at the Hard Rock Stadium. Their second game will be Bolivia. That game will be in New Jersey, and the last game of the group stage will be in the Arrowhead Stadium. So I don't think they will be doing much major factor after it, just like the Reggae Boys will have to be doing. Houston, Austin, Las Vegas, very hot. Probably those places are average heat for the day in the summer is around 97, degrees Fahrenheit. So I think, when I look on this, the Arrowhead, the Hard Rock and New Jersey. Yes, sometimes New York can be a little bit humid. It's different weather. No, the South American climate will be winter, so it will be that transition coming out from there into America season. And actually, Florida is like a mix, and I even see in a few showers down on the western side of the island of the country. I'm calling the man in country an island, you know. But look at this tournament. Oh, this tournament is going to really unfold for my dark horse. Some people dark horse in this tournament might be Colombia, a team that is unbeaten in 22 games. Yeah, but the system, the high intensity, the pressing, but this is not the Uruguayan team that many people, you would say used to. The Uruguay is like the Italy for Europe. They always come with this a lot of overage players that is very old, very experienced, especially in the backline. Always have this experienced center half, just like Italy. You cannot write them off when it comes on to a major tournament. That's why I think Uruguay, the experience of this tournament and with the experience of this manager and the experience of certain players that they have and certain young players that they have, that is really on farm. I see them as the dark horse. Remember, this team have beaten Argentina. Yeah, this team have beaten Argentina. And look, they have a man that no one really, you would say, believe in on the Merseyside, the red half of the Merseyside, Darwin Nunes. But Darwin Nunes have come up with big goals for Uruguay in massive games. And that, I think, that's the turning point. Yeah, that is the turning point. I think, the last, you would say the last Copa America, when they had Suarez, when they have Cavani, when you look on that in that attacking third, they are a bit slow, they are a bit legged, they pass their time. No, they have a Darwin Nunes, someone that can actually stretch the back line, someone that can actually get the goals. He is a striker that he's proven that he can put himself in the right position to finish, but he's yet to really prove the Liverpool fans that he is the man for the Reds. But he's proving the Uruguayan team that look, he's a man for the big stage. He's a man for the big games to come up with the big cards, yeah, for his country. He's proven that already. So I'm expecting to see Darwin Nunes to be up there fighting for the golden boot, with the likes of Lionel Messi, someone that's got I think um between between the two last World Cups and two Copa America, Lionel Messi have scored, I think, a combine of 25 goals, in those four major tournaments, So he's going to be up there, he's going to be up there alongside the players that are going fighting for the golden boot. He get opportunity against Bolivia, against Panama, against the US, look at what he has scored a hat-trick on Mexico, so he has proven that already. So that's why I see. And also when I look, yeah, the bracket space, it's favorable for them to, I think, when they get to the semi, I think when they get to the semi-final, they will not play they will not play Argentina. I think they will miss out on Argentina, but they have everything in their disposal to beat any team. They have a very good start, in World Cup qualifier. So their team, their midfield, it's one of the most hardworking team. And that's one thing I have to say about Uruguay team. The bare minimum is working for the national team. Run through a brick wall for the national team. You do anything for the national team. That's a tradition for the Uruguayan people. Yeah, nobody really put Uruguay up in the favorites to win any tournament. They're just as small as Jamaica on the map. But guess what? They have produced a whole lot of players. They have produced, how many World Cups? I think they won two World Cups. They have produced a couple World Cups. They have produced over 10 Copa America. So they have known to be this, like you say, not really a sleeping giant, but one of those giants that people don't really give a lot of credit. They do their work and they do it dirty. I think that's why most people don't really give this Uruguayan team a lot of credit. But yeah, they are my dark horses, to finish on top of this group. I think they're in group. I think they're in Group C with Bolivia. Yeah, Group C, Bolivia, US, Panama. But one thing though, the man them kind of write us off. They write the Reggae Boys national team off. Yeah, they write us off. They don't give us any chance to get out of the zone. When I continue and continue and continue to listen to other people podcasts, listen to the radio station over here in America, the sports radio station, they don't give us any chance. They don't give us any chance, to be honest. And the odds, the odds for this Copa America for us to win the group is plus 900 to win the group, and to win the Copa it's plus 7,000. But I'm not expecting to see odds where they're going to give the Reggae Boys that look. It's going to be a plus 50 to win the Copa America. No, I don't think. As much as I love the country, I don't think we are there as a country as it, but the odds of plus 900 to win the group could have been better. It could have been better. They have Mexico as a favorite to win the group. They have Ecuador to finish second. They have Venezuela to finish in third, and us to finish last. And the odds, I think the betting odds is plus 110 for Mexico, and the betting odds for Ecuador is, I think, is plus 130, and Venezuela it's plus 3 or 400. So it's right up there. They have Ecuador and Mexico as the two top teams to finish. But guess what? The Reggae Boys will crush that party. Yeah. Anything on the set, yeah, on could have set it like 10 fire. We just are gonna mash up that. We are gonna mash up anything on the set, because remember, this zone will be one of the most competitive zone. Yeah. This zone going to be one of the most competitive zone. And a lot of journalists and a lot of media outlet isn't giving the Reggae Boys or Venezuela as much credit that they deserve. Yeah, But one thing, they have always saying with this Reggae Boys team, and this is why I want these things to be fixed, because these things are a simple thing. These things are the blueprint that, look, these are the things that is really holding us back. Not just the one thing, but this is one of the major thing that concern when it comes on to the issues that we have on the pitch, and is a solid foundation. And everyone keep emphasizing on that. Look, the Reggae Boys, they have big name players. They have individual talent. They have players that can just take the game by the scruff of the neck at any given time, and they can produce. But time and time, when the Reggae Boys go on to major tournaments, they're not doing anything in it. There's not a team. Seems like they have that camaraderie together. It's not like they have that understanding. And anytime we can fix that on the playing pitch, that one issue, that big issue, and then the midfield issue, I would love a base, the team to have a base first than a midfield, because we can get a Sergio Busquets. We can get not put Sergio Busquets in this category. He's not from this era. Let me say, someone like even a Carrasquilla from Panama. Um, his partner, Godoy. Someone like that, or Tyler Adams, or a Musa, someone that is really good at setting the tempo of the game. If if we can get someone like that without a base, I think it will be the same style of play the team would have played. Misjudgment, lack of understanding. So let's us just fix that, and then we can go on and solve the next big problem. The second big problem is the midfield issue. But we need that base so the players them can actually build on. But the man them they give us any chance, them write us off. One thing though, one big positive that the media outlets have said, Jamaica have something against Mexico. Yeah, we have something against Mexico where we're not getting the results, but it's like we have that thing, like we have that touch that if we just can do one or a few things right and make less mistakes in those games, we can actually start to compete and win those games. So it's up to the boys. It's up to the boys, to get the rhythm, get on the pitch and fight for each other. Wear that national jersey with pride, and look, the bare minimum should be running through a brick wall, fighting for each other, just like the rest of the countries going to enter this tournament. Yeah, they're going to fight until the end, and that's all. If we us fans, seeing that character of the players and willing to do the effort, willing to do that bare minimum to get anything out of any game, especially this Copa America, I think we will be satisfied, because this is not a big or a massive priority. This is something that we want to do good in. This is a tournament. This is our third tournament of the Copa, third time in the Copa America. We want to prove to CONMEBOL, we want to prove to the outsiders that there is a national team is coming. Yeah, and it is the name of the Reggae Boys, and the World Cup is the dream. Yeah, everyone will probably agree with me. The World Cup is the dream. That's the ultimate dream for this group of players to get to 2026. But this is where it starts, and this is a part of the preparation. That's why I said this tournament, a Mexico against a Ecuador, against a Venezuela, this will prove where our squad is at the moment. Yet we can't judge the team of our Dominica. Yes, we should be flying over those games, Dominica Republic and Dominica. We should be overwhelming those teams with on the day, score line, in terms of possession, attacking press, 1v1 killing, not giving them not even a sniff, clean sheet. So it's in the nature of the game. Sometimes it's not just Jamaica have these problems. Sometimes when you, as a bigger team, a team that have the eye-hads going into a game, the clear favorite going up against a team that's very small compared to your squad size, the quality in your squad. Sometimes you tend to slack off a little bit, yeah. But not that much as the boys did, especially in that Dominica game. I don't know what was that, till January. I blame the size of the cricket pitch, the size of the field, and the heat. Like everybody I play in at the same heat. Everybody I play upon the same pitch. You get what I mean? So when I understand, just like when we play teams and certain, just like the 80 game that we played last year September when we drew that game 2-2. The pitch was bad. Yes, the pitch was ultimate bad. But guess what? The Asian make it look so easy. The Honduran make it look so easy, to maneuver around the pitch. And us complaining on our own pitch. Us, the system back home, let the pitch stay that way. So we complaining on them is getting the results. They are getting the job done on a pitch. It's just unfortunately, that just brilliance of a moment Demari did and Ronaldo rode that team in that game against Honduras to get that 1-0 victory. And it's just a few mistakes that the Asian made. We came back, I think Bobby Reed scored a penalty in that game. You understand? The brilliance of Romario Williams came off the bench in that game and win us a penalty. And we could tie the game 2-2. So everybody play upon bad pitch. So we don't understand, why when we go to certain pitches or go to certain countries, we have to make it be a problem. Just like I remember when I think we went to Nicaragua to play. Yeah, we went to Nicaragua. Who know Nicaragua pitch? It is like an artificial turf, something like the Portland Timbers or Seattle Sounders. Playing in the MLS or something close to like the JFF, the Orisboro Center, something close to that. And I think Tapa was making a big fuss, even though I think we won the game 2-1. Tapa did not make a big fuss over it. It's like this is why this is why you have away games. Yeah, just like Hus did in 1998. Yeah, the field wasn't perfect. Everybody come to our field and they just couldn't play their perfect football because our squad at the time was mostly based off a more so local players. So again, you have to make your own pitch be your advantage. So whatever is on that pitch, we have to just deal with it because the 22 players that going to start in that game, that's where the journey start, and that's when you're going to have to start to play your ball, and then you have to pick up your points, and the better team on the day 90% of the time go on to win the game. So hope we not have an issue. The America, they have some of the best pitches in this region. They prepare pitches really well. Only a few times, yeah, only a few times you will have like a tournament in America where the pitches is a problem. Just like the pitch that we played the US on when we beat them. I think I think we beat them in 2015 in Tennessee's. Yeah, when Giles Barnes they scored that when Giles Barnes scored that free kick and Darren Matak scored that header from the Kemar Tax Lawrence long throw from the left hand side. You know, so I think that was the tournament I can remember the last time. They really had issues with the pitch because the pitch were brand new. They rolled it like a week before the game they start. So they don't really have much issues with the pitch. So pitches isn't a concern over here in America. So it's time to roll the dice. But as I said, the man them give us a chance in this group. But the boys must be listening, and the boys must be hearing this stuff. And guess what? This should be a little factor of a little help, of motivation. Because I don't honestly, to be honest, someone that look at the game a different way, I don't think Al Grimson should be looking to motivate any player in the dressing room. Players should be looking at the flag on their chest. Yeah? Players should be looking at the flag on their crest, the Jamaica Football Federation flag, the crest. And that alone should be the biggest motivation that a player need to represent in country. When you look at that crest right on the chest, yeah, your left hand side. When you look on that, you're supposed to see a friend. You're supposed to see the fans. Yeah, you're supposed to see your family. You're supposed to see the journey. You're supposed to see the pride. Yeah, you're supposed to see everything, the sunshine. You're supposed to see the tropical. Everything's supposed to I run through that crest through your mind, and you look at it and you say, yes, this is the big motivation. So I don't, I am like, I might be young, but I am like an old school when it comes on to certain things in football. I'm like an old school, I think the game like an old school mind, like how you say players back in the past, really think the game. Yeah. Not thinking like a new school as if, you need, managers supposed to be coming in the national dressing room and be hugging up players. You be telling, motivating players like, they look at the scene, say we make it out to the quarterfinals out of Group B, we came second, and then we're going to go on and play the Albe Celeste Argentina in the quarterfinal. I don't think our coach Al Grimson, should be motivating anybody to play against Argentina. Yeah, the stage alone. Yeah, to know that, yeah, this is a team that they write us off in 1998. They beat us a few times. They beat us the last time. And looking at that, like, you need revenge. Lionel Messi is on the pitch. You're going to go out there and prove that, look, there's a national team named Jamaica, just like in the last Copa America. Edison Cavani said he thought Jamaica was an African country. Oh, like, oh, stupid. That's what I'm saying. Like, Uruguay for a country, I don't like Uruguay, like how they think of black people. You get what I'm saying? I don't really want to go in that, racial thing, but just have to just take that out. Like, these are the things that, just like even Argentina, they don't really look at these countries as if, they thought all these countries, are from Africa. Oh dear, Edison Cavani, I've said that in 2016 that he thought the Reggae Boy team was from Africa. I thought it was an African country. Like, who don't know that Jamaica is in the Caribbean? Like a player like Edison Cavani, who have traveled the world by playing football. So things like them that, we'll go up against a big team, we have to go start, put up some very, very good performance and fight. You understand? So the odds, even all right. So when I look at the odds, back even the Copa America Centenario, I look at it, we second to last to win the Copa America behind, we ahead of 80. 80 was in that Copa America, yeah, in 2016. And the odds to us for us to win to win, the Copa America at that time was, 200. The odds for Argentina was was a little bit was the best 2.5, to win the Copa America. But again, I'm not saying we need the odds to try to get things out of the game, or the odds to show that, us is a good team, but we know the Reggae Boys are very good players. They have a very good coach, but we know what this team is really lacking. Yeah, this team is really lacking just a few things. But yeah, but I mean, don't be surprised though. Do not, be surprised. And people, if you want to, so if you guys want to, drop a call in, and call in and tell me, your expectation, what you're looking for from the boys, because look, we are, what I know, we just 24 hours away from kickoff. Yeah, we 24 hours away from kickoff for the tournament to start. So, you guys feel free. The number is there. If you guys want to just phone in and say anything, you know anything about Copa America, as we're talking about Copa America, we don't really want to dwell in a the daily thing. You get me? I say we don't really want to keep talking about the football, because that's where we want the positive energy to supposed to go. Barely have him think, barely done, sort out him thing already. You get me? I say, as the man him start calling rich baby. Yeah, but so as we said, the phone, the WhatsApp number is there. It's free if you guys want to call in WhatsApp on it and give me, the expectation of what you're expecting from the boys in this Copa America, especially coming up against Mexico. And that's when I want to, can we get the best of Mexico? Like people, Mexico is without, Mexico have select three goalkeepers in their provisional, yeah? And the keeper, I think he played for Club America. I think his name is Malag. I don't remember his name. See if I can get his name. He's injured. So and they called up another keeper. They called up a 32-year-old keeper, yeah. But Mexico is having a whole lot of problem. I'm telling you, this is the best time to be playing the Mexican team. Trust me. See if I can find. See, let me try to see if I can find his name. I forgot his name. I think he has an M name. Malagon. Yeah, his name is Malagon. Look, they have they have called up Malagon, and guess what? He's injured. And he is one of the three that was in the he was one of the two, he's amongst the three goalkeepers that initially Jamie Lozano picked in the provisional. And remember now Guilherme Ochoa, and it was an inexperienced setup in terms of goalkeeper. Yeah. But when you look on this goalkeeper, for Mexico, we need to go into that game. We need to test them because one of the goalkeepers, Rangel, yeah, he have only played 23 games, at 23, 24 games of first team football in the Liga MX. So he's not the one that he have experience. And these three goalkeepers that Mexico have in their squad at this moment, none of them appearances combined together have over 10 appearances for the national team. So there's inexperience in the goal for this Mexican team. So whenever a team is kind of uncertain of their goalkeeper, yeah, don't know which goalkeeper will be start in that game. you know that cause that can cause chaos, that can cause lack of communication between the back line and the goalkeeper option here. So we need to go into that game have to test the goalkeeper. Yeah, they're going to be under all sort of pressure, as this Mexican team is already under pressure. And I think Mexico have dropped the ball. Yeah, Mexico have dropped the ball because not much players in this Mexico team have World Cup experience, have Copa America experience. Yeah, and guess what? The Mexican squad. It is so easy to get picked in a Mexican team. It is so easy at this moment. You have players that in the squad that are not getting much first team football in Liga MX and make the squad. So this Mexican squad, it is probably as what they're saying, the worst generation of players of all time since they have seen this Mexican and Mexico play football from 1940. Oh no, in the Second World War. From them time there, Mexico play football before World War II. So this is a football nation. But one thing though, I want Coach of Grimson to penetrate the left back era for Mexico. I want him to penetrate the Mexican left back position because that left back position, it is inexperienced. They under all lots of pressure. There's uncertain of the players in that in that left back position that the L3 fans do not want to see in the team, and they are young. Yeah, the one mid, the one left back player that in the squad. Yeah, his name is Artega. You know, he went to the last World Cup but didn't manage to get any game under his belt. But let me answer this person. But Giant Entertainment. Big up yourself. J big up yourself, Jordan. Yeah, big up yourself, King Vas. Uh he said, yo, we will win against. I just feel it. I feel it. This is the best time to be honest to play the Mexico a Mexico team. This is the best time. I ain't never seen a below par Mexican team before, but it's still quality. They're going to have that that level of competitiveness, more than the Reggae Boys, really a whole soul of problem to be dealing with. Mexico used their local qualifier World Cup. Mexico used their locals qualify for World Cup. Look, CONCACAF is the easiest. Is like for Mexico and US. Mexico and US is they're supposed to be qualifying for World Cup. Like every cycle, they should be qualifying for senior World Cups and youth World Cups. There's no reason for these two countries not to qualify for a World Cup. Careful. Oh, you say easy. You know, um, look, look. This game it not gonna be as easy what many people think. Yeah, Reggae Boys will come out, but I'm just saying there is loophole in this Mexican team. There is loopholes in this Mexican team. Guess what I'm saying? Out of the four fullbacks Mexico have, yeah, only one of them is a regular starter, and only one of them went to the last Gold Cup that played last year, and that is Jorge Sanchez, the man that played for FC Porto. Brian Garcia, the right back, who is the backup for Jorge Sanchez. I don't know. And again, you see, Jamie Lozano don't even know if Jorge Sanchez is the man for that right back position, or it's Brian Garcia. He don't even know. You don't even know because Jorge Sanchez have an tendency where he got a lot of stick a lot of times when he played against the tougher teams who is a much deeper and quality have a more quality players than the Mexican squad. They tend to attack down his wing, and you can look on how the Brazil they penetrate the right back area for Mexico. Yeah, they penetrate that area. But what I'm saying though, one experienced fullback in this team, and it's Jorge Sanchez. Brian Garcia is in and out. The man that must play a friendly game. And especially with this expectation and this team. This expectation is so high. The pressure is so high. If the coach don't deliver, he will be gone. Them already want to hire an advisor for him to set up his job. So if he fails, the advisor will be the interim manager. So and then they have Artega and they have Ortega, the two players on that in the left back. One of them, Artega, the one that spelled it A, yeah, he went to the last World Cup as the backup left back for Jesus Gallardo, but he came in and he took the Monterrey man job game and in the squad. Jesus Gallardo, was once the left back, for many years, for the last probably 5 years, he's that man that every time when a Mexican squad name, he will be in that left back position, but he lost his game. Yeah. So in experience, they're under pressure. It's us to put the team under extra pressure. It's us to go out there and hit them in their weak position, jab them in them ribs where they're weak. You get what I'm saying? Look at our two players that we have. The Mari Gray is arguably the best 1v1 player, going at players in this group. Yeah, when you look at Venezuela, you probably could only, Jefferson Savarino or Soteldo from Venezuela. You would say probably when you look at one-on-one wingers, yeah, they are very good. But Demar Gray is that player for us that is going to have to do some work in terms of I would love to see him, be interchanging on both flanks because they will have a lot of possession. They will have a lot of caps open up in in the left back and right back position. You get me? So because they trust their midfielders. They trust their midfielders to keep the ball, and that's what happened. The Uruguayan team, they let their midfielder have the ball, especially Edson Alvarez. They let him have the ball, they let him create, and they let their wing back flag up the pitch. And then guess what? As soon as he moved the ball to another player, they trigger press and bam, they lose it, counter attack. And you could see most of the goals came from the wing areas for the Mexican national team. So if we can jab them in their ribs corner, on both full back side, there's no way, we're not going to get opportunity. You will get opportunity from this Mexican team when you try to play to their weakness and our strength, our wing backs. they can actually overlap. They can actually create spaces as well. Yeah, but you have to be careful on how you really push forward, because they're still a good team. As much as this is one of the worst generation of players for the Mexican team, they have quality. Their local players are quality as much as our English based players are quality. Yeah. And we have to understand this, as much as they are not in a higher league, they still can put up that high quality of competitiveness to any team. Yeah, if they come and play their game, they can match anybody, because the Mexican league is a very good league. The Mexican league are very good coach. Yeah, but look at the two center for Mexico. You know, Cesar Montes, the Almeria man in La Liga. Jean Vasquez, the man that played for Genoa in Italian Serie A, who have a really good season. Jean Vasquez, he have surprised me this season in the Italian Serie A. This time around, he played 37 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. But it's the way how I saw a man that couldn't really defend with post-up strikers. The Italian teams, they always have this post-up striker. This is why I said, out of the two, Jean Vasquez, he is probably the shortest one between him and Cesar Montes, but he have he have improved on that side. He have improved on that side. I seen him coming up against Lukaku, in the Serie A. I seen him coming up against Giroud, and he have done well competing against 1v1 battle in terms of aerial duels. Defending set piece, but there's still this concern over this Mexican team of dealing with physical presence. And that is when you have someone that is really penetrating the two center, and that's what Honduras did in San Pedro Sula. That's all one of the reasons Honduras have gotten the best out of them, because they didn't stop. They didn't stop feed Lozano with a lot of balls through the gap between Cesar and Vasquez. Yeah. And one of the goals came from a set piece. I think it was a set piece being in that Nations League quarterfinal game and in Honduras, and they scored from it. So we have two very good strikers, two strikers that is over 6 foot. Otal Balls are 6'3", 6'4". Mikel Antonio just has around 6'2", 6'3". Is big physical present. If we can penetrate them in that era, 1v1, not many defenders in the Premier League can really, go toe to toe with Mikel Antonio. Once he have the ball that can get the ball in the channels and start to fight off those defenders, you will get the best out of Mikel Antonio. Mexico have the crowd they used to the eat. Well, that are the thing. That are the thing. That are the thing. And as much as a whole heap of people really beat this Mexican team about, it's, you would say, the worst sets of players in decades of Mexican history of their football. Yeah, their fans still are gonna turn out. Their fans still, because look, this game that we are playing in Houston, this is in their bed. This is in their backyard, right round on the border. Yeah, right round on the border. So this is the West Coast in America been known to have the most um population of Mexican, live in that area. You understand, the Las Vegas, the Phoenix, the Houston, the Texas, the Arizona, you name it. You understand, San Diego, Dallas, so this is their feeding tree for their fans to always come out and support. So I'm expecting to see 98% of the stadium is Mexican. I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it. Congrats to the few Reggae Boyz fans who's going to make the journey. Yeah, congrats to them. It's going to mean a lot. It should mean a lot to the players to seeing at least one Jamaican flag a wave. And if I just two, who for make sure say once the players and for make sure say once them walk out on the pitch, yeah, them fear look round. Them fear look round for look for they are gonna have one Jamaican flag. Yeah, I gotta have one Jamaican flag in at the venue. A wave. Yeah, we have that pride, we bossy. Yeah, We now gonna have 10 Jamaican gonna match and 10 of them now have a flag or 10 of them now have on that black, green and gold jersey. Is that the new replicas or the old replica? Somebody. So the moment the players them walk out on a picture, them fear look around. And which part them say, at least a little patch of Reggae Boyz fans, you should be waving. Let them know that you see them. Give them that energy. You get what I say? Give them that energy, give them that notification, like, yeah, me see you. Yeah, man, respect. All right. You over here, so. Yeah, man, look around. All right. You the way up in our top corner up there, so, cause Copa America, the ticket for that match, probably probably around ticket for the match are probably around 150 dollars for the cheapest ticket. Trust me, but but look, if I never certain circumstance, man, with my youth, them, man, I sure know I will be making those 3 games, in Austin, in Houston, and in Las Vegas. Surely I will pay any amount of dollars to support my country. Yeah. So I mean, those, as I said, man, respect to the people them who out there, who locally. I don't know where you guys are in it somewhere in the diaspora, who's going to make that trip. Congrats. It's not an easy journey to make because these Copa America tickets are expensive. These Copa on a ball fit for a $5,000 grandstand or 15 bills of bleachers. 15 bills of bleachers around $10. $5,000 Jamaican dollar a grandstand of about $30-$35 US. That can't walk in a no Copa America venue. I'm sorry. I must. Not even the Reggae Boyz game versus Venezuela, you can really walk in at that venue with. No, no, no. No, no, no. Not even the Nations League. I think maybe you could have get the Nations League. No, you couldn't get Nations League ticket for 35 US. A 60 and up was a Nations League ticket. 60 and up. You get what I'm saying? So man, them need to make sure so them acknowledge the people them who in the stadium, acknowledge that, make sure so on a wave to the people them, so the people them can feel that energy there. And the people them can say, say, Dana just wave to me. Say, Michael Antonio, Bobby Reed just wave to me. Yeah, we can feel a connection there, and then positive vibration and positive energy can zone right down to the pitch. Yeah. So, but again though, one of the next thing, them did name in the Nations League, yeah, them did name one section for the Reggae Boyz can sit down and a supportive area where they could buy their ticket. But when that did drop by the Reggae, but I think JFF did drop that when we did have a play US in the semi-final. Them ticket they too expensive for most people. A lot of people now gonna pay $250 for them ticket than 3 bills. No man, that era did too expensive for every Jamaican to go one side and come together and bundle up and support. Me kind of hate see when we got games because we're not gonna have that massive 20-30,000 supporters in the stadium supporting Reggae Boyz. We're not going to have that. It's have never happened. The last time I think people said there's a massive gather of crowd went to the last game in the US was that game in Maryland in Baltimore when we played the US 1997 the World Cup qualifier when they said we just around outnumbered the US national team fans, and I think that was the last time they said we played such a crucial game anywhere near the West Coast era when it comes on to a big game. But yeah, man, fans going to be crucial. It doesn't matter if a 5, 10, 20, but there was a year the big names, Santos brothers, Carito, etc. struggle. They used the Liga MX champions to get to the World Cup. Yeah. Yeah, all right now. You see what I going to know? You see what I going to know? RR. You see the quality of players that the Liga MX are breed now can't compare to the quality of players the Liga MX used to breed back then. Yeah, because you can see that the level, the look. Just people, just take a look at it. Uno might not watch Liga MX as a lot of people. I know a few Jamaican people that love football like myself. Watch the Liga MX. I love to watch Tigres. I love to watch Club America. I love to watch Pachuca. I love to watch the top teams in Monterrey. I think they play the best quality brand of football in that country. But if you look of the migration of South American players playing in Liga MX right now, and overseas players coming into the fold, it's more than ever. And I don't know if because the quality of breed of players and that really, producing right now in Mexico, it's below par. Yeah, I don't know if they're not spending enough time in their youth development structure anymore. But the players them that really are come up through, it's not the same caliber breed. But we can understand same way ranks those players against this current Jamaican team. It's a competitive space, yeah, because they are still quality, but the standard that Mexican used to, it's not there. It's just not there. So you could understand that, when those players are come through the academies, and the first team, as a youngster in Liga MX, they are much bigger quality, more talented, more potential. Look at what I think before. You see, Evo, El Chucky Lozano, when he was I think he was at Guadalajara, yeah? I think when El Chucky was at Guadalajara, I think it was Chivas Guadalajara. He was a breakout star that, was a late bloomer. Chucky wasn't a player that was on the radar for a lot of Mexican club during his time as a teenager. Yeah, El Chucky Lozano wasn't the highlight of any youth teams in Mexico. He was amongst the bigger names, but he wasn't that highlight as the Dos Santos brothers when they was coming to Rafael Marquez, Guillermo Ochoa, Evo talking about Cesar Montes and Jan Vasquez. So when those players are coming through, yeah, when those players are coming through, they are much established name coming through the youth setup. Yeah, Oberlin Pineda, Eva Antuna and Alvarado. Those players are very high quality player coming up as a teenager. A lot of people expecting a lot of expectation from them to make it to the top. And when you look at Oberlin Pineda, he's still stuck in Greece. Antuna, he's in Liga MX, once was at LA Galaxy. Alvarado played for, I think Alvarado, I don't remember if Alvarado played for Cruz Azul. No, Antuna played for Cruz Azul. I think Alvarado played for one of those teams, but, Pachuca. But look at those players, Carlos Rodriguez, Eric Sanchez. Those players were highly anticipated to go to the top. But as soon as they get to around 21, 22, the development just stop. I think that's where it stopped for most Mexican nowadays. That's what I'm saying. One of the last highly anticipated youngster that really, really Mexican did look out for are Diego Lainez. Diego Lainez, and in farm fool himself in a La Liga. Farm fool himself for Real Betis and getting gone right back in the Liga MX. So when the man them go out there, the man them come right back, and Diego Lainez, his development really kind of stopped around 21, 22. So something wrong with the Mexican them. It clearly said that something wrong. And what? Look, one of the big mistakes what we need to point out to you guys what really happened in my eyes. 2018, the US didn't make it to the World Cup in Russia. That was a blessing in the sky because at the time, US had some youngsters in their academies that they want to push through so they can get to a bigger club in Europe and get on that center stage and go to an established club where they can get elite coaching from better managers that they used to get in the MLS. And that's when the journey really started. That's what opened the eyes to move on from the Tim Howard, move on from the Jermaine Jones, move on from the Clint Dempsey, the Bradley, move on from those sets of players. You understand? Move on from the Beasley, that generation of players that coming from, you would say, when when those players were playing in the 2009 Confederation Cup in South America against Brazil. Who remember that Confederation Cup when the US team was thumping above their heights in that Confederation Cup? So that World Cup, the failure in 2017 in Trinidad not to qualify, to not to advance to the World Cup, yeah, that was an eye opener. What US done? They decided, look, all these players not have no age because the man them already know that look, the World Cup will be coming home shortly. Yeah. And what them start to do, the man them get in the youngsters, the Pulisic, the McKennie, get in all those players, take time rolling in one by one, with a little bit of experience, one by one. And then when they look at US now, the man them can feel one starting lineup right now. Players them who are playing a top 5 European league. You get what I said? The man them can name a starting lineup of players them who are playing a top 5 European league. So they start their transition from when they fail to make it to the World Cup. That was an eye opening. So them escape it because if they need go Russia, them players would have continued some of the years to wait I say to facilitate the 2 years out of the four to try to advance at preparation for 2002 in Qatar. So what they do, they brought in the youngsters. Yeah, they brought in the youngsters right in, and they start to push out the best youngsters. I remember when McKennie was at Dallas Youth Academy, he was one of the highlight. Yeah, he was one of the highlight of the show in terms of playing youth football in America, and they shipped him out real early. Not just him alone, plenty of them, and some of them even get lost on the journey because it was too much of them. I get shipped out in Europe because the man them say, yo, we have make sure say at least we ship out about 50 youngsters before they reach 17. So guess what? You see, by the time them reach 23, at least 15 of them players will make it to the highest level. And it happened. So Mexico, what happened, yeah, what happened in Russia. I understand, they beat they went on and advanced to the knockout round. They beat Germany they helped knocked out Germany, them and Sweden, I think, in the World Cup in 2018. They did pretty decent. Yeah, Chucky Lozano burst onto the scene as a brand new talent. Nobody ever seen him before. He done it for, but 2022 should be the eye open for Mexico to decide, look, we must walk away from them mania, the Guilherme Ochoa. We need to walk away from the Dos Santos. I think Jonathan was the last one to left out of the Dos Santos brothers. We need to walk away from the Carlos fella. Walk away from them mania. Walk away from the Hernandez them so quick. The Henry Martin, the Raul Jimenez. Move on from on the field for make it out of the group stage in the World Cup gone with that group with Poland. When they make Poland finish at either one, Uno should have moved on from them time. Even though it would have looked a bit too late, but at least that should have been America. America learn. America learned from their mistake 2018. And see there, them have quality players. You can't blame them. But see, them stuck with the old players now, 2 years now, into the preparation where them supposed to qualify, where them supposed to help prepare for the big center stage. You understand? 1986, 1986, you would say football is way above where Liga MX was at. It is in 1986 when Diego Armando Maradona won it in the Azteca. They have a lot more resource. They have a lot more quality academies. They have a lot more quality coaches. You understand? So the transition to prepare the players and make a lot more be easy, and they're on an easier trajectory and a pathway of the likes of Chikorito, the Dos Santos, the Carlos Vela. All those players came right through. You remember even look at the Olympic, yeah, they used to be doing so good in Olympics. Mexico is one of the most dominated team that go to men's Olympics in this region, and guess what? All of a sudden, them start fail for make it go youth work out. Them start fail for make it go Olympic. And them start fail on the senior stage. So 2 years left before 2026, before them kick off them game at home in the Azteca. Yeah. them are gonna decide. Them are gonna dash for Lozano, Guillermo Ochoa, Raul Jimenez, Jesus Gallardo, the ones them that been underperforming for years, seeing it, but because things never did really happen. It's like them lack vision, as they said in Mexico. Yeah, mucho dinero is what count. Mucho dinero is what count first for the administration in your pocket. You get me? I say so. There's a little hiccups where you could see where the journey of stagnant for the Mexican national team. So 2 years now, I think it's too late. It's too late to prepare these players. This squad, you would say every time when Mexico go into a major tournament, there's always players in the squad. At least half of the squad have World Cup experience and have tournament experience where they have proven. You know, Luis Chavez, Luis Roma, Edson Alvarez, Carlos Rodriguez haven't scored a goal, and he's one of the most creative player in this Mexican system right now. Him and Eric Sanchez. Eric Sanchez have a couple goals, but Carlos Rodriguez haven't scored a goal for the Mexican national team as yet. Yeah, so the man have some player that they have them been underperforming, been on these players that came through when they were youngsters. A lot expect from them, but once they reach the early 20s, it's like it just stop. It just stop this so. And what used to happen in Mexico, young players didn't used to be paid wealthy. No, young players being paid a lot more money. So you could say that is a part of their stagnant. Players don't have the work ethic, players don't have the drive because guess what? Players realize now there's so many sponsorship deals, there's so many money in Liga MX, yeah, where them not have to leave for go to the promised land to Europe anymore. That's the thing. And when they leave, and guess what? They come right back because they know that the clubs will pay them whatever they need. Mexico clubs are very wealthy. Yeah, some of the wealthiest clubs around this region with the MLS clubs and well supported in terms of gate receipt, sponsorship, merchandise. So a whole heap of things happen along the journey with Mexico. I know Coach gonna big up yourself. This is a youngster from South Africa. Yeah, I have featured on his channel. He came on my channel, a few times. He's 16 now, I think. Brilliant mind, people. Brilliant mind. Trust me, this young fella, yeah, from South Africa. I think he said he's from out little bit out of Cape Town. Yeah, look a bit out of Cape Town district. I don't remember exactly the city, but he's from South Africa. He can talk rugby, football, cricket, netball. I don't talk about everything over there, track and field. He talk about boxing. And his mind is so brilliant at young age. So big up Coach Anno. Yeah. Um, our people, our son if you like up the video, RR sound if you like up the video, people. Yeah, let me see how much likes the video have. People, RR sound if you like up the video. Yeah, look at how much likes the video have. Come on, people. We have to support the thing, We have to support the thing, people. Support the thing. That's the best way. Say cheap. Are the cheapest thing on YouTube, to support the YouTubers, where the video, The easiest way, man, to support the channel, man. Have to like it, man. Yeah. Let me see. So the video have 36 likes. Come on, people. Get get some more likes on the video. Who haven't liked the video as yet, you guys can also do so, please. Yeah. It's really appealing when the video them have on likes, so the video can go out more in the algorithm, and it can help, especially when a man, not just me, but especially when a YouTuber though, you could see that his videos are very good. Is high Q of reasoning, football abilities, and it's really good. Give him that support. Yeah, give him that support. That's how you're going to help. Not going to say encourage, but help. I don't think likes should motivate if him don't get enough likes, it's not supposed to motivate them, and it should motivate them even more to get more likes. But when you have more likes, when more people watch your channel, you get more views. It help enhance that. Look to slight motivation and to say, all right, people like the product. Let's grasp this opportunity and start to build on it, and and start to move along and start to give the people them better product moving forward. Yeah, people. From when me I try to get Kevin Blackwood back on the channel every day, Kevin Blackwood saying busy, busy, busy to come talk some football. But and I said Mexico and Colombia in your group. This is the group of underdogs are in here. I think I know you should put Ecuador and Venezuela, yeah, in the Copa America. Nigel, big up yourself. My co-host Daniel Football Show. Mexico take too long to move on from all players. Now it caused them development players. And talking about Mexico, yeah, people talking about Mexico. Watching that Croatian team, you could see that. Look, this Albanian midfield, they were having a field day in the Croatian midfield. Like the age of some of the Croatian players, I think. Luka Modric, he have done a fantastic time for the Croatian over the years. Yeah, he have done really good job over the years, especially at the club level for Real Madrid. Ballon d'Or winner. He's a world class player. But again, you can't let someone, because there's a long servant for the national team, or they are world class beater for their club team at the age of 38, 39. Yeah, not many players can do what Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi been doing for the last 2 decades. Yeah, so Mexico man take too long for move on from the players. But I mean, let's see, because look, what if Mexico they make it out of this one? They move on from Jimmy Lozano. What's next? He's going to get fired. And what if that coach come in and said, look, hey, I don't want these players. I do not want these players. These players are not good enough. I'm going back to the base of players that did there before, and I can get the best out of them. Then it causes chaos again in the development. But one player right now, for this Mexican team that you could say, if you look at him, it's just a moment of time before he get to the top, and it's Santi, yeah, Santi Jimenez, Santiago Jimenez. His dad was a legend in Mexican football. His dad, Santi Jimenez also, legend in Mexican football, legend for Mexico. And his dad is his agent, but him and the Mexican Federation have always have problem, because the striker himself, Santi, yeah, he is so professional, he's so modern than more than he is Mexican player. This is why you have this player outside of Mexico is doing well, because I think he scored one goal more than his age. He's 22 and he scored, I think, 23 goals in the Eredivisie League this season. He won titles, he won cups in the Eredivisie League, scored goals in the Champions League. It's just that he's not a proven goal scorer as yet for the national team, and that's why I said there's flaws in this Mexican team. This is Jamaica can beat them, because Santi is yet to prove himself that he is the man for the job. But Jamie Lozano have removed all the energy, because look, this is all Jamie Lozano have. He's like this delusional, yeah. But for 3 years, 4 years, he have been sticking with the big club American man, Henry Martin, who is 31 now. He rided Henry Martin, when Jamie Lozano was the under 23 coach at the Olympics. For the last few years, Jamie Lozano have been picking Henry Martin over Santi, when Santi is the better player, but because Henry is the man that he likes, he prefer, yeah. But he get to understand now that this is Santi time, this is Santi moment, and Santi is the next player in the Mexican eyes that they're waiting for him to be the next Chikorita Hernandez. And it's sometime before, he's going to move on. AC Milan, Spurs, Real Madrid at one time link with him. Every big club, Juventus, link with him. So He's the only player in this Mexican team that I really would fear because he can explode at any given time. The potential of players, but it's how, Carlos Rodriguez, Eric Sanchez, these players, Oberlin Pineda, Antuna, all these players going to create, all these players going to facilitate his him as a number nine, how they're going to match his speed, how they're going to match his pace running the channels, so it's all, Jamie going to set up his team, but I'm confident, man. I'm confident that we can beat this Mexican team. Team Cooper with Mexico, you have to do or die because the Ecuador Venezuela will be pure physical. In this group, Mexico is the team that we should get 3 points from. Should be get 3 points because Venezuela team, when you're talking about pure physicality, man, this team is the sleeping giant in this team. And don't be surprised as I predict Venezuela and Jamaica might do so good that they just overpower the two giants in this group and go through to the next one. And then you will see two managers be losing their job, Felix Sanchez and Jimmy Lozano, So do or die, we must beat Mexico though. But we cannot go in Saturday game and not pick up a point. We must get something from the first game. That will set up a momentum. That will set the stage. Yeah. And also, it will be so good if Venezuela can get a point from Ecuador. Yeah, it will be so good, especially if Venezuela can get full 3 points from Ecuador. They will come into the game against Jamaica next up, second, knowing that, look, the Reggae Boyz, they just got a point from Mexico. The Reggae Boyz just beat Mexico. What next? What next going to happen? They're going to come with this chip on their shoulder, like they're going to look over. There's going to be that fear factor, like if we lose, we go home. So people, as much as they don't give us the credit, yeah, and I understand no goals, no points yet record in Copa. I expect no credit. I expect no expectation, but that's the thing that we want. When our team don't have the chip on our shoulder and don't have the high expectation, we will strive, and that's what we strive. That's why we struggle with smaller teams, But big up yourself, Fortis, man. Ishmael King, bless up yourself. There's always a better team than us working the ball. I mean, yeah, we have to just remove that and just know say, look, we're at a moment now where we just can't move the ball as quick as the Venezuelan and the Mexican will move in the ball. Conrad Smith, big up yourself, boss. I've never feared Venezuela. The thing, it took Venezuela about 3.5 decades before they make it out of a Copa America zone. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. It's Venezuela. They once was a beat up team in South America, but not again. You could see the difference. You could see the transition. You could see, like, when I do my research, when I do talk to people, from Venezuela, ask them, what's the difference between, you would say, in the 90s to 2010? What's the difference between Venezuela? He said, the lack of support, yeah, the lack of preparation. But for the last decade and a half, it have proven that they're getting more support, especially from the man himself, Maduro. He's giving this team a lot of resource to be built on. Yeah, as I said, no, no games to the public. They're keeping everything behind closed door. Preparation is very key. This is a golden generation of um this is a golden generation of a long time. I think since Alex Moreno, the ESPN journalist, when once was his time playing for Venezuela, the build up to 2002 World Cup qualifier campaign and 2006, where they have a little a squad, but no, they have players that playing at elite levels in their respective country that they're playing in. Their midfield, yeah, their midfield alone have over 300. The midfielders in this squad have over 300 appearances combined together. Rincon alone, the ex-Juventus man, the first Venezuelan to play for Juventus. Yeah, he had over 150 caps for the national team. So they're building on something. You have Caceres Jr. He played for Toulouse in the French league. You have Yangel Herrera, the Girona man that's, formerly of NYFC. I used to watch him day in and day out, and I was like, whoa, what a lovely player, Yangel Herrera. I've seen him in his lows as a youngster, yeah, coming up through the City Group, playing at NYFC and at Patrick Vieira. And I said, it's just a moment of time before he make it to the top. And see, he got his opportunity and he's at the top playing for Girona, a very strong box-to-box midfielder, you know. And again, Soteldo, a player that every time when I speak to Venezuelan, even today, a Venezuelan co-worker looking at me like, hey, remember the name Soteldo, the man that's who is on loan from Grêmio in the Brazilian league to he's playing for Santos in the Brasileira B, Serie B. So he's going to be a very, very good one, to mark, and Savarino. And they have a player, they're one of their biggest talent of this team is the player named Navarro, the player that who from Chicago, yeah, Chicago Fire in MLS. He's on loan. He's on loan into the um to the Argentina Premier. I forgot what team he's on loan to, but he's one of their biggest talent, and he's a left back, and he is like a old Marcelo in his time, like someone that will create, someone that give you that extra sparks down that left hand side, So they have players that can hurt. Like they have players that can hurt us. As I said, this group of Venezuelan players, yeah, with the veteran up front, the man, almost around over nearly close to around 50 goals for his national team, Salomon Randon, they getting back the Salomon Randon that they won in many years ago. Yeah. I think the man that who scored like 1 or 2 goals for Everton, they got back the Salomon Randon, and the Salomon Randon that was playing, I think, for River Plate now at Pachuca. He is a better player. He is the man in the CONCACAF Champions League, and he is a different Salomon Randon. And that's why when my media friend in Venezuela talk, look, Salomon Randon will be that focal man for Venezuela national team, but the smaller pieces around, they're just different. But one thing though, what strike the balance between with a good squad, yeah, a team that want the identity, Fernando Baptiste, the Argentinian coach, yeah, he's the one that brought in the fresh ideas. Yeah, he brought in his Argentinian style. He brought in an Argentinian professionalism around the Venezuelan group, the federation, everyone looking up to them, looking up to him and his coaching staff. He was an interim coach. No, he's the man that's leading the charge. He's the man that developing the rest of the coach. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's just us Jamaican alone now really do the necessary, you know, probably our coach alone are living in the country and I help develop the football. Because look, when you are not at Spain, when you're not at England, when you're not at Brazil, when you're not at Argentina, when you're like a Venezuela, when you like a teams like Bolivia, when you like a team like Haiti, when you like a team like Curacao, you don't. What I must say, you need support from the government, you need support from the federation, you need support from everybody because your country is not the country that have a whole lot of resource and where football is more of a family culture thing where everybody is easy to come on board, easy to get sponsored. Resources are easy to get, but a country like Jamaica, the federation have to help out in terms of development whatsoever, what level of development, but they have to help out development in the country. And that's what for the last few years, Maduro, the Venezuelan president, that's what he have been doing, giving the national team resource, giving them land, giving them space where they can build football fields, academies, yeah, in Caracas, and things are getting better. Things are getting better for Venezuela. You get what I'm saying? And it's time for it to come over 876 too. When our people are really open them eyes and see that the smaller nation them do the necessary. You get what I say? So things need to get better in our region. It a take two, it a creep. Like one look 3, 4 month old baby I will try to sit up. It a creep. We need to get the things more faster because Jamaica isn't that poor of a country. When they're looking at Jamaica ghetto and markets and Bima park up on roadside. You get what I say? How much for them carry? Millions of dollars for them carry. What them man there? The man not even about 9 to 5. No for them man there. Do what them have to do for earn money. When you're looking at some ghetto, especially in on the fatherland, Africa. Yeah, when you look on fatherland, Africa, when you're looking at the ghetto, no running water, no electricity. You not have them ghetto there in a Jamaica way, in a Kingston way. You not have no running water in a one local village. Everybody know for find local water somewhere in a Kingston. You might go outside on some rural area where you might say, yeah, it's really tough. But things are not so bad in Jamaica. Our ghetto are one of the richest ghetto them in terms of shops. When you look at shops, grocery stores in our ghetto, you can't find them things that they are Brazil. Them things they get robbed until the store run down. Extortion. So our country are not that bad. Things can happen. But I just say the bigger heads them don't want to let go the youths them for strive. Because if you let go the youths them for strive and let go the youths them for whole heap of resources, then they will find that them green and orange will fall behind and they will lose the power of the people then because the people them are gonna find them way from this. But the people them take them and find them way because as Mosiah said, till we're back against the wall and we're try to find. But now what kind of we see we're back I go against the wall with dollars a slide where when me a youth somebody said no $100 US come gear when I got just in a one grade, I will heap, I will heap a money. But in my time, you could say the dollars a slide in the early 2000. When me I hear my old man and grandmother said them used to get shillings, cents, them used to paper and bus like we need to get back the economy back on that level. And I like so we have resource, and I like so we have resource can get back the economy on that level. But if it gonna take a very strong mind, yeah, a very strong individual that who not care about how much money going in pocket or how much money can him can make from a party or how much money him can steal or whatever until him put the people in front and know that the people come first. Yeah, but Venezuela, have their issues, but guess what? They wake up and know that look, football is one of the thing. Baseball is been the thing that I take the youth them out of poverty in a Venezuela. Baseball, basketball, them thing that I take used to take them out of poverty. Now them realize and walk them eyes at like, look, yeah, this are the thing now, football. Until Madura start to find resources and a pump in the football and now see that till Venezuelan team are the good in a Copa Libertadores, are the good in a Sudamericana. So the teams I really I get help. The teams I get help. Venezuela can start have top coach like Fernando Baptiste, a very well fresh young mind coach who highly rated in Argentina. They never used to could have get these type of coaches. Now them I get them coach and you could see that it approved that them country I go up and I go up and I go up and it just I go take a moment. But because they're in a region of the CONMEBOL where you have Brazil, Uruguay, Chile, Ecuador, Colombia, they're just magnificent when it comes down to football. So that's how I say Venezuela never qualify for Copa America knockout round for over 40 years. Around just a 4 decade. So no, see, until them take a change and turn 2011, they finished fourth in Copa America. Yeah, they finished fourth, and Venezuela should have they far out with them they know, but because of the COVID, yeah, it kind of slowed down their track. it kind of slowed down their track. So it put them around 3 4 years behind. Yeah, and I surely know if Venezuela never have COVID in play, they will not qualify for the World Cup in Qatar because they have a good sets of players. Venezuela start to do well. Yeah, they might not be qualified for youth World Cups, but they start to compete. Yeah, they start to compete. Look at I don't know how many of you guys watch the Olympic qualifier, the under 23 tournament, yeah, that played in South America. I think it was in Ecuador or Colombia. They compete. Their youngsters are competing. Their youngsters are getting um more contracts from different big academies around in South America. Independiente Valle, the one of the best in Ecuador, have just signed two of the young bright future from Venezuelan football who played under 17 level. And how I know, my Ecuadorian friends point out certain things to me, and when they tell me, I go and research, and I look, and they told me that look, Venezuela is a sleeping giant in South America, and they are coming. They are coming. They are at around fourth in Cannibal, and they are not just preparing for this tournament. They are preparing for the next set of World Cup qualifiers that's coming up in September because it passed for around a year. But they're using this to help to prepare their players to the highest level, competing against tougher opponents, opposition team in a tournament. So I understand why people say, I have never feared them, but I don't really fear them, but I have to just respect where they are coming from. Where they at the moment and where Venezuelan football was at 50 years ago. When you look at history, free clovers, splat and ravel. Well, I mean, people, clovers and splat, I could say yes, splat, splat and clover, yeah, I could say, but ravel, many think ravel won't play ball. And to be honest, so what really happen, unfold in front of us with Leon. Me no want players in the team where when I want in the national team. Like when I look on an apple tree, the apple tree in Jamaica, once you have a bad one in the bunch, it's like even right banana. Once you have a bad one in the bunch, it's like the rest of them are gonna just go bad. Me no want a bad energy in the camp. The camp good. Who no want play fine. We can go someone else go pick up a next player and put him in the team. Me rather lose against someone where have less quality and want to fight for the national team rather than some man where it seems like them have power now, them have De Niro and pesos in their pocket and feel like say them can come when them want or when them feel like. You understand? We don't want them on there. And Ravel and Leon up on the same party. Ravel, where I tell me so now. Ravel play for DC, play for Rooney, Derby County, play for so much teams. And you gotta tell me say a man like Ravel can't even get a contract in our League Two team or a drop down a division further than the fifth year of National League or even National League South and that. You gotta tell me say just come and play for your country because once Ravel start play back football, he might get picked for the national team. It's a must because he have that quality. Yeah, but Ravel is a good player, but me don't want Ravel on my team. Ravel no want, like the man head no look like they in a football right now. The man want I work out in a gym. The man want travel. The man want enjoy time with him friends. Want a man with head space. You get me? I say head space. But me just I say like if him did really serious about football, he would at least sign for a club, a League One, League Two team, as much as bad National League, now National League, the fifth year or sixth year. As I say, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Trust me, Venezuela football is on the rise. They have strong squad. Yeah, I agree. Them have a little thing are going. But we just feel like we should be beating them team. we should be beating those teams easily, but not easily, but on a competitive scale, we should be getting the results every time when we play like 5 games. So we play a series of 5. Yeah. Oh shit, people. West Indies are playing. Jesus Christ. Under who for Sabbath? Just West Indies for Sabbath 69 for none people. I miss out on things right now where I miss I miss out on something where I love cricket people. Trust me, I love cricket and West Indies are play Indian and first Super 8 match, but them team good still. Them team good, but cricket more watch now. See people, some the energy vibes. I'm a football guy, but people bless up to everybody in the chat, you know. But we should fear them. We don't have a good team yet. So, all right, we can understand when I say we don't have a good team yet. Yeah, we don't have that core where I say is a team. Yeah, we not have them yet where everybody are work on one page. And what the rest of 3 teams in this group have, they have a culture. Them have like a circle, and everybody in the circle. So everybody are work on the same circle and just line on go right around in that circle. So everybody understand that there is a guideline. No one should step out of the circle. And that's what all the teams them have in this group. They have a circle where they know that no one stepped out of the group. Everyone is with each other. Yes, the Reggae Boyz players are with each other, but when you're talking about the federation and everybody, I try to make sure say things are getting better. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, we don't really have a team as yet. They have a team. Obviously, I'm saying respect for your analysis of the teams in our group. Yeah. Look, I'm doing YouTube. Before I used to even do stuff like this, but I only could just talk to my father about things like when we used to research. Now I decided I have a platform I can express myself. But I want to tell you, see, before me even come on YouTube, me I practice from 4 years before 2023 when I just started in May. So me I practice 4 years in advance. So I help myself and I learn how to edit, I learn how to do graphical design, I learn how to do a whole heap of thing. I'm a train myself, how to break down teams, I train myself how to set up. Like I'm gonna do a show, I set up my show, I need my thing for coordinate, I make sure the research, I get my facts, I get my things and my statistics and all that. And I like the reason with statistics and all that and good numbers about the rest of the teams, So yeah, really appreciate it though. Really appreciate Dan, bless up yourself, bro. Dan, yeah, one of the youth them, really I call you, because I don't even know your age, but I just like, you're one of the general them where, every time when me I listen YouTube shows, I'm here call, I always stop for listen what you have to say because me just have it, you have this reason where you're just different from most people. You always say some things where the average people don't really talk about. So some always respect your analysis whenever you hear you calling on shows. This competition is going to separate men from boys. I agree. This going to tell where the Reggae Boyz is at. I totally agree with you. The government needs to pump more resources into football. Definitely, man. Definitely. Like a country like Jamaica, when I really have the box office, like a Brazil and England them have, the government really need to pump more money in the resource. Looking on the Euros, yeah, definitely, definitely. One heap of little thing going on Euros where, yeah, to say, yo, the smaller teams might evolve. Man, so Rafael is a different story, but people are close, me I close out to them, let's make sure we get through everybody coming, Man, I say, yo, national, most the National League and the National League, not and South, I say, a Bush League. But no one that you have that, but just I say, like, at least Rafael, bro. At least one League 1 and League 2 team. At least, bro. and try to come back and play for your country. Because when I see a talented player out there that you or have way in a Ravel space, do you think our lack of depth in midfield will harm us? You know the thing? Hmm. The coach, I don't think we can play with three men in the midfield. I think two is enough because we don't have that quality in terms of the energy. Yeah, we not think we have because the games are gonna come so quick and fast that and they're gonna play at the heat, quick turnovers. We're gonna be up against it 60 to 70% of the times in a game. So we're gonna burn a whole heap of energy than what we usually burn. So the midfield, I think we only can use two bodies in the midfield. And I am saying, I even want to do something because I was talking for such a long time. I want to pick the ultimate 11. But I don't think I can do that tonight. I think I might do that tomorrow. But yeah, I think this is really a problem. And I really don't want Casey Palmer to be playing deep. Really don't want him to play deep. But Casey Palmer should be playing a lot higher in attacking part. But because of the structure of the formation, the 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, whatever, it's like there's no room. But when we really look on the squad, others from Demari Gray in the foul line, who else is explosive? Yeah, who else is explosive with Damari Gray and Cephas? Who else explosive? So me really even not concerned if Cephas need for starting on the team. I want Cephas to start, but when we look on the team, Cephas and Demi, yeah, them two man they're the only two true wingers we have in the team. And if we start one, or if no, say we start two, who can give that sparks off the bench as a winger? I don't see nobody in this team that can give us that sparks. So really and truly, people will probably have to go be patient with this team, and that's why I said it have to be tactically. My point of view on me, I say the team can line up people. I say if we can play with the three at the back, play the double pivot, whoever in that midfield, not Casey Palmer though, because I think Casey Palmer get the best. I think we're starving his quality and we're starving his ability of create for us. Yeah, in the defensive third and not play him in more advanced here. And I would play two twin number 10. I would play two twin number 10. Yeah, I would play two twin number 10. Why I said that? The two wing back is it a Gregory or Amarbel, whatever, play on the left side, and Dexter or Wizard and whoever. But those two players that going to play left, right back, and left wing back, they are going to be very, very important. Yeah, they're going to be very important of the width that we provide in these games. And the US fields, they are so big. We need to use the width more. We didn't manage to use the width more as much in the Panama and US game. The pitches are so wide. Use up the width. So the wing backs, they are going to be the pivotal part of us getting the width. But the double pivot that sit behind, that are sit in front the back three, yeah. Why not have a player like Demari Gray and Casey Palmer or a Bobby Reed play as a twin number 10? Because sometimes when you have Demari Gray play on that left hand side, just like what Mexico did, they close him down. Just like even in the second half of the US game in the Gold Cup, they close him down. They kept me and say, so why not have him let him play a free role, give him a free role across the attacking third, yeah, where he can provide a lot more creativity, where we can have two creative twin number 10 behind our striker, and from there it's like a triangle farm, but it's like a triangle farm behind our number 9, yeah, a triangle farm behind our number 9, and then you will have like a triangle farm in behind the midfield with those two players. So I think things like that can really work. I don't want Demar Gray to stay out there on the left hand side. He should be roaming because these teams will be looking at his flame. These teams will doing their homework knowing that Demar Gray is that man for the Reggae Boys. If we can close him down, then you close out at least 50% of our attacking threats going forward. You understand? So give him that support, give him that moment where he can just circulate and surface around, behind our striker. Yeah. What channel? I'm watching it on Willow. I'm watching the West Indies game on Willow. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but I'm watching the West Indies game on Willow in the US. West Indies is at 78 for none. Yeah. Seems like Darren Sammy pulled one rabbit out of the hat, out of the bag, because Nicholas Puran and Jancy Charles open. Normally it's Brandon King, look like him drop Brandon King and bring in, I don't know, I don't see the batting lineup, but why you say two man in the midfield? Dandan is like, when I look at the midfield, we have Casey, Kevin, Bobby, Alex, Joel. That's limited, bro. And then you have Casey is like he's a half defense, he's like a half deep line midfielder. He really don't want to play there. You could see his attitude. He really do not want to play there. And I think we're starving Casey Palmer. And I think the coach is not getting the best out of a man like that who played a lot in a more advanced position for Coventry. So if you take Casey Palmer out of it, you only have Kevin, Joel, and Kara Anderson, and then a makeshift man, which is Nanalo, which is 3.5 midfielder that you're going to need to be carrying you through a group stage that you're going to play in the weather where it's 95 degrees, humid weather most of the nights. It's going to be hot, and then we're going to be up against it for 60 to 70% of the game, defending. So you want to keep the legs in the engine room more fresh. So that's why I said I don't think we can manage three men in the midfield. I don't think we can do it, people. It's going to be stress. It's going to put a lot of weary legs in the midfield, and playing these South Americans, you need all the legs that you can get. Wes, Arden, Palmer, and Bobby in the midfield. So I'm telling you, like you're a reason father. You're a reasoning father. You always come from out of the local the average man shell and just go critical thinking. 4-4-2 diamond will fit. Yes. So what about the twin number 10 though? What about that twin number 10? Play with that twin number 10. So you have one man that is a natural number 10 and one man that who have that natural instinct, can play in that number 10 where he's quick. He can scan the pitch. He's a very good passer off the ball. He's very dynamic in his run. He's a good 1v1. He's good with his back to goal, picking up the ball and turn to the defensive team. Afe start all the best players on the pitch. Technically, yeah, but sometimes it's not even. It's sometimes starting the best players on the pitch. Sometimes give you that unbalanced squad or unbalanced starting lineup. Sometimes that will give you an unbalanced starting lineup. To be honest, so we have to be careful. So England try the 4-4-2 diamond. Scholes, Carrick, Lampard, Gerrard, Joe Cole, all them man, then it just never worked. It just could not work. Owen Hargreaves, it just couldn't work. So the best players at all time, you just want the best players for a system that will work or get through on that day for that opposition team. The coach only called 3 natural midfielders, Casey and Kara. May I tell you, so we only have 3 natural midfielders, man. Casey, Lambert, and Kara. Joey Lattibody is like a makeshift. Nana Lowe is like a makeshift. So so that's why I say when I think we can manage 3 men in the midfield, trust me, it's gonna put a whole heap of pressure. Whole heap of pressure on the man them. 4-3-3, the man them now, the midfield are equipped enough. Casey, Kara, and Bobby Reed. That's not bad. But me just I say like if Casey ever play, he must start in an advanced role. And then I have said this a lot. The Leverkusen 3-4-3 setup is just like that. The Leverkusen way, that's the new modern way of 3-4-3. The only coach Messi used something similar to that in previous years was the Antonio Conte team that won the Premier League for Chelsea with the Victor Moses and the Alonso on the left-hand side, and the Cesc Fabregas and the N'Golo Kante in the midfield, and then he used Eden Hazard and William to not like how Xabi Alonso doing it for Leverkusen, but he kind of used them sometimes. When you look at Chelsea team, you look at a team that playing 3-6-1 with a Diego Costa alone up front, yeah, and then you have Aiden and William being doing all the creative work between Diego Costa and a link up back in the midfield. And then when you see that, from Antonio Conte, a lot of team couldn't manage that physical strength. Whoa, ball a seal in that match. Them just couldn't deal with it. They just couldn't deal with the bodies of midfield. And then in the back line, you have John Terry, you have, I think, David Luiz, you have Aspilicueta. You have players like that. And then you will have the two players that who sandwich the center of in the middle of the tree will kind of stepped in, at least one of them step a little bit further. So they have so many bodies in the midfield. So what Antonio Conte doing? Bad up the midfield, especially with so much money in the midfield. And then you have N'Golo Kante, and then you have a Cesc Fabregas, who is a player that is a very, very good passer off the ball. He was the one that, he was so accurate to so many things that Diego Costa, the runs that he made, yeah, off the defenders when he running off their shoulder. So, I mean, we don't even have Cesc Fabregas, so how that going to work? But again, just facilitate the two double pivot who is playing right ahead after front of the back three, and then play those two twin number 10. That's something can work. Can work. Because the reason why I said twin number 10, you do not want to isolate Demarai Gray left. I have watched the game, and I have learned that club teams, national teams will get this man out if he's only going to drift wide and left. And that's what they want you to do. Drift wide on the left and don't move, and then they will just take you out of the game. And that's what Mexico do. That's what they did. They did it. US the coach that coached US in the World Cup, he realized that a little bit too late. And he did it in the second half, and he just take away them a great game. He didn't do much, so Alex is a winger and Joel is a defender, you see. I think Alex Marshall, is a slash number 10 a winger. I don't think, he's that deep plan. I don't think the system. That's what I'm saying, this system that we play is not a number 10 system. As I say, where Arden will be better than Low in the midfield. To be honest, I watch a few games with Arden, but me never see him as a midfielder still, me never like I watch him, but me just never really see him as a midfielder still, you see. But me know him have that. By looking at him, you can also say like that player, him can play a little bit flexible. And this is why, we have a very good squad. We have a tournament squad. We have a tournament squad that a lot of players can be rotate all around the pitch. Amari Bell can play left back, left center half. You understand? Joel Attabody, CDM, defend central defender, right back. You have done it at Coventry. You understand? Wes Harden, the same thing, right back, central defender, central midfielder. Nanalo, the same thing. We have to play that flexible. The Amari can do a little thing in a number 10. Casey can drop deep. But sometimes when you move around the players and you just take away their strength away from the game. And Coach Grimson, you don't want to take your strength away from too much of the players. Yeah? You want your players in the right position where when you set them up in that position, they're going to be playing with their strength, not against their strength. So you want to make sure that the players are really out of their depth, so they can play their right game, or they can get their 100% in as they normally do at their club, But Wes Harden can dribble and pass the ball well, plus his stamina and tackle will be fit. That is it. Oh, Johnson Charles has gone, But yeah, that is it. Wes Harden, he have a engine where that me rate with him. He have an engine where I'm gonna feel like Coach Al Grimson, him can unlock Wes Harden, because not many national team will be know a lot about Wes Harden until he start to play for the Reggae Boyz over a couple of years now. So not much national team really know about him. So if you can find a way of put him in the team, even though it's difficult because when you have a Pinnock coming back, clearly our best centre half when he played for the Reggae Boyz. Hector, right now, is one of the best in that back three. Tishan Bernard, with his recoveries that he have made, yeah, over the last couple of games, it's remarkable how he cover. You understand? He shaped that right side as his own. That his recover pace is so quick, and I've seen it done it in the national stadium against Dominican Republic. So I think it's going to be very, very tough. But you see, Nanalo, it doesn't matter what. Nanalo must always in our squad. You know why? Not just his defensive attributes, but you want that player, at least that one player after bite in the midfield or in the defensive area, someone that going to trigger the mood of the players and get the players and pump up, get the energy, and a player that willing to fight and run through a brick wall. You need at least one of them player there. When you look in every championship team, you have at least one of them players. And when you look into Manchester United team, a Jason Park, yeah, a Owen Hargreaves, a Darren Fletcher, a Nicky Butt, players like that are very crucial to a championship team. A Rodri, that's why a Rodri is very important to a Pep Guardiola system. He shield that back three or back four with his IQ of covering up the space. You don't have to be quick. You don't have to be the roughest and the most aggressive, but the knowledge and that bite and that willingness want to do the work. Yeah, whatever um instruction that coach give to you. So you need at least one player. The same Antonio Conte team, Chelsea, they have Angala Conte. They get what me I say. Which other team I almost said, you know, you could even say even a Roy Keane, even an Arsenal team with a Patrick Vieira, you have that player that willing to do the extras. Yeah, Kean Cohen, players like that in Arsenal team did very important to the system. Players that will run through a brick wall for you. So you need at least that they need that player. None of the only player that we still have. So and we're going to need these 3 games. I gotta be war match at the battlefield. I got the battlefield. Everybody want to come out of Copa zone and hustle. I want to do it. Arden is as similar to Joe Gomez and a Milner. Okay. Which I said, look, I had never seen him in the midfield, but I know that, his attributes, it's really good. He have a really good stamina. His tank is like a V12 engine. It's like he just cannot get tired. And whenever he played, he tried to do at least 110, 120% every game. Pinnock, Hector, Berta, Pinnock, Hector, and Bernard for the battery. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. It's going to be, but this is what you want as a national team coach. You want players that and bust the sky. Oh, you want players that I will give you headache, selection headache. So you have more depth, and I think the defensive area, Coach Algrimson have always gotten it right. He pulled that rabbit out of the bag with a tree at the back against America. No one expect that. So what next? Is he going to unlock something that he's going to find that way to plug a West Harden? What if the man come with a West Harden and another load in midfield where nobody probably would expect, and then as I said, come with all a twin number 10, 2 players that can really facilitate them and help them and complement their game and play as much as close as possible where they can give him the ball. We don't know, but he has always proven as a coach that he always get the backline selection right. So let's see, because Wizarding is that one of the key factor in our game. Someone that again can come off of the bench and give that extra energy. As I said, the squad going to be tested. This 25-man squad going to be tested in this tournament depth. So yeah, man. Pinnock, Bernard, and Low for me in the back three. So man, for Hector, Hector play good, but I mean, you can't really cry. Can't really cry. But midfield, Wes Harden, Palmer, and Bobby Reed. Boy, the man will come up with a whole heap of strategy. But people, this is where I believe it, and I really appreciate the man them service. You get me I say, but rather than text, could have call, but I'm going to close out right now, everybody in the chat, everybody in the chat, really appreciate, Dan, big up yourself. As we said, the first time when me hear you is like, that critical thinker where, think like the average mind that calling by regular shows, you always try to think out of the box, you always try to come up with something different. You get me? I say, I just respect, like, every time, if I'm busy, I'm there, yes, so I may watch a TV, or edit some video, or do some research, or do some graphical design. I'm hearing name on a talk show, I put on my phone and listen, because you just always have that one thing, that line in a your reason where it just always seems like it's just outside of the box. Something that you just have to just think about. Like, you're like, yo, where did that really get this from? You hear what I'm saying? So yeah, big up yourself, brother. Me respect, you're one of the man them where me like what me call, especially, pan Ryan, really give it that, think outside the box. Even though sometimes and everything, I agree with you, say, but I just can't see where you come from. You might not think. I love when youths just be thinking outside of the box. Don't just think the norm. Don't just think whatever the book tell you think. If you're a chef, don't think where you learn. Don't cook or try to create something where you learn at school. You get what I say? You try to whip up something, spontaneously, something that I've never created before. Just like today I work as a morning chef, and them the mushroom and them thing there. Me not really eat mushroom. You get me I said, but they have never seen this. I have done some mushroom fried rice, because these men in the kitchen who call themselves so-called chef, they cook by the PG book. Yeah, I don't really cook by the PG book. I look on the PG book to say, oh, they want their recipe to do, and then I formulate and add my thing and add my structure and my little dippings, and add my little touch to it. You get what I say? So yeah, one of them person, man. But yeah, man, people, bro, club on my coach. I learned from him. But yeah, really, I really, really appreciate people in for a run. I watch some cricket, eat some food, you know, take care back, go back downstairs with the kids them, because I can't hear them at the door come, and I listen if I still attack. Can't hear them. So really appreciate everyone. As I said, man, tomorrow the Copa kick off. Tomorrow them time, yeah. Hope Canada will be beating or getting something out of the game against the Albi Celeste. Big game tomorrow for Jesse Marsh's first competitive game out of the black for the Canucks. Yeah, the Canucks versus the Albi Celeste. Then on Saturday the big game, the first doubling off the tournament. The Reggae Boyz versus the team them called the L3. Yeah, the green and white and the red and the yellow, not the yellow and the black and the pink and whatever color them want to wear. The L3. So the L3 coming up first, yeah. Then the La3, then the Vinatona, the burgundy color, Venezuela. People, bless upon yourself. I'm out.